Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Now here I am in Berlin. I'm actually next to where the Berlin Wall, remnants of the Berlin Wall. It's really a surreal experience. So my brain is absolutely frazzled today. I've been to many museums, learning about the history of Berlin, with the World War II, World War One, concentration camps. It's been very eerie experience. Went to the Holocaust Memorial for the murdered Jews of Europe. That was a very eye-opening experience. I'm visiting a concentration camp tomorrow, Sachsenhausen, which will also be very eerie. And for gratitude and perspective, I am looking forward to that, but also I'm expecting quite a chilling experience as well. But yeah, I just want to highlight how important gratitude is. When I come to places like this, you know, I plan to do many more trips like this, but it really shows gratitude, perspective, not just OCD journey, but life. You know, how lucky we are just to live in how we do today, even with the challenges of OCD and all different challenges of life, of course. But when you see, when you read stories like this, you know, I've done so much reading today. And there's the Berlin Wall, by the way. If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure you can see it. But when you hear about stories like this, it's it takes a little while for that to sink in, because it's just, you can't even comprehend what it would have been like. You know, the stories that I'm reading, families just completely ripped apart, communities just completely ripped apart. You know, 1 minute they're living a normal life, and then, you know, maybe see, I've actually got I got some quotes, I got some pictures of quotes that I've seen, where people have entered in their diaries, people on their way to concentration camps, and people on their way to any extermination camp, and you just think, you see their final words and you read it, and you just, like, it really sort of hits you back, and you can't quite believe how humanity can do that, how, you know, that can escalate in humanity. It really does open your eyes. So yeah, gratitude is so important. You know, even with OCD suffering, for example, you know, I never take anything for granted, how lucky we are just to be alive here. You know, and the main thing is learning from these atrocities of history, seeing obviously how horrendous they were, the crimes that were committed, and learning from that, evolving from that, seeing where that went wrong, because, you know, it's unspeakable crimes. So the main thing is that, you know, this is why it's very important that this is confronted, history is confronted, because there's no point hiding away from it. It's, you know, it's got to be out there and look, so people are educated, people see what went so wrong, and how we can learn from that today. I think that's so important. That's with anything. Obviously here in Berlin, it's very, you know, it's a very historic place for obvious reasons. But yeah, I'm really loving the trip. I'm gonna do lots of posts, take lots of photos. I thought I'd get a quick video in. Don't want to take too long because I'm holding Amy up, and we're looking forward to a. I don't know if you've been to Berlin at all, but they do steins, and they're like big liters, and the food is great. So liters of beer, and the food is great as well. So Berlin's a really amazing city, not just for history, but also, you know, exploring and having fun. And it's a great place to go. It really is a great place to go. The people are ever so friendly. But yeah, it's also amazing for gratitude and perspective. Yeah, I'll leave this video quite short, about 4 minutes. You can see the Berlin Wall just behind me, which is really quite surreal, considering, you know, you'll see a lot of posts from me on this. You know, I've done a comparison one of what it was like in 1989, 9th of November 1989, when that was brought down. You know, and even now there's cobbled lines in the path, and you can see where sort of the wall was. So I think that's really surreal. We had a tour guide as well, which was amazing, because things you don't even realise, things you don't even notice, you know, you're learning about, and didn't realise that was the case, didn't realise that happened. So if you do come to Berlin, I'd always recommend having a tour guide, or any foreign city, I'd recommend having a tour guide, because you've got that extra valued information. But yeah, keynote from this video, gratitude and perspective is so important.